Hey, it's Mark Loftus with Post Magazine. We're back at the Post booth doing Post TV. Wednesday here at NAB 2011. I'm here with Canon's Chuck Westfall, who has some new products, well, updates to existing products right here, and some other news at the Canon booth that's being introduced. Chuck, welcome to the Post booth. And can you give us a little bit of an overview on what's new at the Canon booth this year?
Sure. Thanks, Mark. Actually, here at the NAB 2011, we've got a couple of different things that we're introducing. Some are into the professional broadcast space, and some are into the video. Sorry about that. Okay. For example, in the professional broadcast area, we've got some exciting news because we introduced our first PL mount lenses, and this is the type of lens that can cover the Super 35 type format. So there's quite a few large sensor cameras out there that, not to mention a whole backlog of professional Hollywood type film cameras that accept PL mount. So those lenses are being shown for the first time here at the show, and they're very exciting. In addition to that, I wanted to mention that we've got two things that relate to EOS on the HD front. First is a new Final Cut Pro plugin that is going to be available by the end of the month, free download on the Canon USA website. And basically what this will do is to extend compatibility to our latest model, the Rebel T3i, but more importantly to 5D Mark II and 7D users and everybody else who's using our equipment for HD. We've removed the restriction on keeping the files in the original compact flash file structure that used to be a requirement. And it made it a little bit problematic and for people who were working on multi-camera shoots or trying to accumulate a lot of footage. So now you can essentially point the plug-in wherever you want on your system, and you can arrange your footage however it makes sense to you based on your project. And so we feel that this is going to be a big improvement and make the whole idea easier to use to get your footage from the camera into Final Cut Pro, translated it to Apple ProRes, whatever flavor is best for your project, at a very fast rate of speed and very convenient access to the footage for editing right away.
Is this a free plugin that users can download off the Canon site? How would you get it, and when will it be available?
Yeah, actually it is free. And we are expecting it to be available on the Canon USA website for download by the end of April, possibly as soon as April 25th. So that's the first thing on EOS. The second thing is we've partnered with Technicolor. And of course, they're well known in the industry for many, many years and have developed a tremendous, rapport with all the different camera manufacturers. And they have seen, as so many people have, how the EOS revolution has kind of started to really affect the whole digital cinema business. So what they wanted to do was to start working with us a little bit more closely. And what's happened is that they've developed a new picture style that is called CineStyle. And it's going to be available again as a free download from their website and probably from ours as well, sometime within the next month or so. And the idea of this is actually multiple different usages. One, the picture style itself is designed to increase the dynamic range that you can get out of the camera compared to the current picture styles that are available. We are writing a compressed a file, an H.264 file. We don't have the ability to change that. But with this new picture style, not only are we pulling back on sharpening contrast and saturation, which has been done by many people as they play with picture style functions, we're also actually Technicolor together with us working on the tone curve so that the image starts to open up a little bit in the shadows without necessarily affecting the highlights. And it gives the editor more room to be able to adjust the image in post. So that was one of the things that we were hoping to accomplish and that Technicolor did accomplish by developing this picture style.
One question about the picture style, is that applied at the camera stage or is it in post-production?
It is loaded into the camera, and you definitely have to shoot your footage with that style in there, and it's going to bake into that file. And then when you do get it into post, because there's so much more information visually in that file due to this picture style, the grading or the post-production editing gets a whole lot more robust than it was before. Now, another thing though that's very important, Technicolor has some additional added value to this whole idea because, of course, they're well known for their post-production color correction software. And in Hollywood, people are using not only the 5D or the 1D Mark IV, but also many different other brands of HD capture. So because of the difference in profiles between these different devices, it's really important to be able to match color between the EOS and those other devices. And Technicolor has basically got that down to a science now. They really have got the ability to make it very easy for the editor to be able to match in the color from the EOS to whatever else they're working with on that particular project.
This will work with existing cameras that are out now, or is it from here forward?
Well, we primarily were working with the 5D Mark II. The 5D Mark II really was one of the keys because that's the camera that has the greatest amount of usage. But it happens to be compatible with the 1D Mark IV and the 7D as well.
And you actually have a 1D here with us today. What's new here that you want to highlight from that model?
Yeah, actually, I just wanted to point out to people who might not be aware that, okay, thank you. 1D Mark IV is basically the top of our line in EOS. It's our professional camera that's really designed for high performance, not only HD but still. Still photography, we can do 10 frames per second, and that's among the fastest in the industry for SLRs. But for video, one of the things that makes a difference is that this is the one camera in our line that has the dual card slots. It has a CF and an SD, and so that is very, very valuable because it can be set, for example, to have mirrored recording so that you have an instant backup, or it can be set for relay recording where you essentially can fill up one card and automatically go into the next. So
extending your shooting time.
Yeah, that's correct. Now you're still, talking the 4 gigabyte limit per individual clip, so that's not changing. But the fact of having more onboard storage is definitely a welcome improvement.
And is that new for the show or for models coming forward, or?
Well, it's not necessarily new for NAB, but it's unique in the Canon line, and it's something that is one of the several things about the 1D Mark IV that are kind of differentiating features for HD. And I'd like to mention one other, and that is that on the 1D Mark IV, we have the greatest low light sensitivity in the entire system. In fact, even greater than the 5D Mark II, which was the previous champion for low light. So whereas the 5D Mark II has a high ISO of 25,000, this one actually goes up to 102,000. And although we certainly don't anticipate that people are going to be using it at those ultra high ISOs all the time, the fact is that even in the regular ISOs, let's just say 1600 and 3200, that range, this is actually producing the cleanest image in terms of noise of any of the EOS.
Very cool. Well, Chuck, we appreciate you coming by the Post booth here at NAB 2011, and we'll have to stay on top of what Canon's bringing out down the road. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much for having us.